Mama NKEM stood motionless outside her little mud house. The glowing calabash rested gently in her trembling hands. Golden symbols moved slowly across its surface like tiny streams of fire dancing beneath polished wood. The mysterious voice echoed once again. "Speak your first wish wisely." Mama NKEM looked around. The village was silent. Only the chirping of crickets and the gentle rustling of palm leaves disturbed the night. She wondered if she was imagining everything. Carefully, she placed the calabash on the wooden stool inside her hut. The room was almost empty. One worn sleeping mat, a cracked clay water pot, a small cooking fire that had already gone cold, 3 wooden bowls, nothing more. Her stomach growled loudly. Only then did she remember. She had given away her last 3 roasted yams. She had nothing left to eat. Mama NKEM smiled softly. "If I must sleep hungry tonight, so be it," she whispered. At least someone else did not. She knelt before the calabash. "I don't want riches. I don't want beautiful clothes. I don't even want a big house." She closed her eyes. "If this gift truly comes from goodness, then grant me only enough food that no one who enters my home will ever leave hungry." The room became completely still. For a heartbeat, nothing happened. Then, the calabash burst into a warm golden light. Tiny glowing particles floated through the air like fireflies. The empty clay bowls on the floor began to shake. Mama NKEM stepped back in surprise. One by one, the bowls filled themselves, first with steaming white rice, then rich vegetable soup. Fresh pounded yam appeared beside it, roasted fish, juicy fruits, clean drinking water, even warm bread still releasing steam. The wonderful aroma filled the tiny hut. Mama NKEM covered her mouth in disbelief. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "It is true. It is truly real." Before she could touch the food, another knock came at her door. Knock, knock, knock. She slowly opened it. Outside stood 2 small children from the village, brother and sister. Their clothes were dusty. Their faces looked tired. "Mama NKEM," the little girl asked shyly, "our mother has been sick. We have not eaten since yesterday." Mama NKEM smiled. "Come inside." The children hesitated. "There is enough for everyone," she assured them. The moment they entered, their eyes grew wide. "So much food," the little boy whispered. Mama NKEM served them generous portions. The children ate eagerly but politely. When they finished, they thanked her over and over. As they walked home, they could hardly believe what had happened. "The poor old woman has better food than the chief," the boy laughed. The next morning, the children told their mother. Their mother told her neighbor. The neighbor told another trader. By afternoon, the entire village was whispering, "Have you heard? Mama NKEM somehow cooked a feast. Impossible! Where would she get such food? Maybe a wealthy traveler helped her." Others shook their heads. No one visits her. Curiosity spread through Umuagu. Meanwhile, Mama NKEM continued her normal routine. She still swept her compound. She still greeted everyone kindly. She still walked into the forest to gather herbs. Nothing about her attitude changed. Only one thing was different. Whenever a hungry person knocked on her door, they always found food waiting. Soon, widows came, then orphans, travelers, old men without families, even strangers passing through Umuagu. No one left hungry. Every time, the calabash quietly provided exactly what was needed. Never too much, never too little. One afternoon, A wealthy trader named Okoro noticed something unusual. Business in the marketplace had become slower. Many poor villagers no longer begged for leftovers. They simply smiled and walked toward Mama NKEM'S house. Curious, Okoro followed them from a distance. Hidden behind a mango tree, he watched. An old blind man knocked. Mama NKEM welcomed him warmly. Minutes later, the old man came out, smiling and rubbing his full stomach. Okoro frowned. How? The following day, he returned. This time, a pregnant woman arrived. Again, she left happy. Day after day, the same thing happened. Okoro's curiosity slowly changed into jealousy. Okay, no poor woman feeds a whole village without a secret. I must discover it. That evening, he quietly crept toward Mama NKEM'S hut. Through a tiny crack in the wall, he watched. Mama NKEM knelt beside a beautifully glowing calabash. She folded her hands. Thank you for today's blessings, she whispered. The calabash sparkled softly. Okoro's eyes grew wide. So that's the secret. His heartbeat quickened. A magical calabash. Images of endless wealth filled his imagination. Gold, jewels, huge farms, palaces, servants, power. He smiled greedily. If that calabash belonged to me, I would become the richest man in every kingdom. He quietly disappeared into the darkness before Mama NKEM noticed him. Far away, high inside the sacred forest, the guardian stood beneath the ancient baobab. She closed her glowing eyes. I can feel it. The scent of greed has entered the village. Golden leaves gently fell around her. The next test has begun. Back in Umuagu, Mama NKEM finished washing the bowls. She looked lovingly at the calabash. I hope I am using your gift well. The mysterious voice answered softly. You are not being tested by poverty anymore. You are now being tested by abundance. Mama NKEM frowned. I don't understand. You soon will. The glow faded. Outside, hidden behind the shadows of the moonlit trees, Okoro was already gathering 3 men who loved easy money. He spoke in a whisper. Tomorrow night, we steal the calabash. None of them noticed that a pair of glowing golden eyes watched from deep inside the forest. The guardian knew everything, but she did not interfere, because every heart, whether kind or greedy, must reveal its true nature when temptation arrives. And in Umuagu village, temptation had finally come.